How's it going, my truant people? Dr. Slacking, the Slacking Doctor, back on Pokemon Showdown for week 3 of the NPL Minors, and this week we're going up against Muse the Best, aka Andrew, I believe, and his blue-striped Basculine, Columbus blue-striped Basculine, I think, something like that. It's a very long team name, and I'm struggling to remember it. Full disclosure, I have already recorded this video once, but unfortunately that file got corrupted, so I'm recording it again. I have made some changes to the layout this week. I know one or two people said in previous weeks that kind of annoyed them that parts of the team on the left-hand side down here were cut off by my face cam, and the screen proportions just went right and stuff. So I've actually self-edited the layout a little bit this week. Hopefully that's fine with the people in charge of the NPL. I didn't actually check, but I'm sure it won't be an issue. But hopefully that's better for you guys. So let me know down in the comment section if the layout looks okay now, if you know, everything looks better. But regardless, this week, a little bit of backstory we have to give before we go into this game. For those of you that don't follow the other content on my channel, I've been on holiday recently for about 10 days. I was away, and that's kind of had a knock-on effect on just everything this week. So this was the final battle that has been affected by the holiday, but I basically just didn't have time to prep properly, didn't use my front office, anything like that. I literally just threw a team together like 10 minutes before, and basically at the time, I didn't want to have to play super serious. I didn't want to have to play super competitive. It was just the mood I was in when I got back from holiday and stuff, with all the other stuff I had to catch up on. So I was like, let's have some fun. Let's bring some fun sets. So we've kind of got some fun sets, some experimental things, some things that make sense, and some things that we're just taking risks. Because I was like, let's just try and enjoy this game, and I definitely did enjoy this game. So I have no regrets. So basically, we have a Swords Dance Poisonium Z Excadrill with the Poison Jab, because I figured his best check on his draft to Excadrill would probably be the Tangela, which I thought would come. But actually, we can see he's brought the Pineco, which isn't really a problem because I can still Iron Head it. But I thought he might be wary of that, and so bring the Tangela, which I can still Iron Head too. But Tangela's obviously just naturally really bulky and can regen it off, whereas Pineco can't so easily. But yeah, so that was the idea there. Swords Dance, Earthquake, Iron Head, and Poison Jab with the Poisonium Z. Then we have Scarf, Excadrill, obviously Sand setting for the Sand Rush drill this time. Scarf, Tyranitar, sorry. And again, this set was just supposed to be fun. I just wanted to run Scarf Tar this week. It doesn't actually have a terrible matchup. If you look for his Rock Resist, there isn't really one, so I'm just going to try and spam Stone Edge at some point and hope that that can go in. Also, this is my only Rock Setter on the team because I wanted 3 attacks and SD on drill, so it's my Scarf Rocker as well. Then we have just standard 4 attacks, Mega Medicham with the Ice Punch for the Lando, and Fake Out, because this week we're running Fake Out. I'm not making the same mistake two weeks in a row. Then here we get into the actual really fun set. We have a Trick Room Belly Drum Slowbro hidden away behind the Torn here, with Drain Punch, Ice Punch, and Trick Room Belly Drum and the Citrus Berry, so that we can take a Grass Knot from the Ape after we've Belly Drummed it on Trick Room and stuff. Basically, the combination of Ice Punch plus Drain Punch hit his whole draft near enough, and at +6, I could just Drain Punch most things and take them on really, really nicely. So that was a super fun set, I thought. And then I've brought Safety Goggles Torn for the Tangela, because I always thought this thing would come in on Tangela. Potential Sleep Powders would be really obnoxious, because again, Torn really goes in against his team. I've got Hurricane Bust Superpower for the Tyranitar, so I was like, hey, it has a great matchup. I should run a Super Berry because I don't want to go to sleep. And then last up, we have a Quiver Dance Dual Stab Venomoth with just Venomoth. Goodness gracious, you can tell I'm tired. Volcarona with Fire Blast and Bug Buzz, Quiver Dance, and Roost. Pretty bulky offensive set, just designed to kind of punch a hole through his team. Got the Charty Berry on there so that I can take Stone Edges from things like a Scolipede that could protect up and outspeed me, or Rock Slide, and a Stone Edge from the Infernate possibly, and various other things. Probably, I don't know if I'd take one from Tyranitar if it's a fully offensive Tyranitar, but nonetheless, I can take it from some mons, so that's kind of why we've got that on there. Especially like Scarf Ape kind of concerned me as a revenge killer to the Volcarona, so that was kind of thinking there. So with that in mind, let's jump into this to see what happens. I decided to lead off with my Torn because it meant that I didn't instantly have to kind of sack one to this monster Scolipede, and he did in fact lead the Scolipede because I don't really like my matchup against Scolipede, someone I very much respect. So I go for the U-turn here because if he stays in, he's protecting, and if he switches out, then I want to get momentum. And he goes for the Rock Slide after he outspeeds me, but I know I'll take it. And I just go for the Hurricane here, hope I land it, and I do, but it's actually Cobra Berry, which is a really, really cool bring. I don't quite pick up the KO. Which is sad because I actually had Life Orb instead of Safety Goggles on this originally, and had I'm going to pause this before this move comes up, and had I still had the Life Orb, I don't know, that might have been a roll to kill. That extra damage output might have made the difference, so that was me prepping for a Tangela, unfortunately. But here I make the switch into Tyranitar, and the reason I make that switch is because I'm like, I think he has to go for the Poison Jab here. You won't want to miss the Rock Slide, want to risk the Rock Slide miss. You never go for Mega Horn, because that's even less accurate, I think, or just as inaccurate, so I don't think you go for that. So I'm going to go into Tyranitar. It's a comfortable mid-ground, really, but he actually does go for the Mega Horn, straight up crits. I don't know if that would have KO'd. Tyranitar's pretty bulky, I guess, and Scolipede isn't that strong, so the crit probably mattered, but it still just sucked. Like, I didn't think he would ever go for that. So obviously I can bring in Medicham. I can go for the Fake Out. He can go for the Protect, but he's going to take an extra round of Sand Chip, and that was kind of going to put him low enough. That was the other reason to bring Tyranitar in rather than going straight Extra Drill on the Poison Drive, if you're wondering why, so that I could get the Sand Chip and stuff. But here we're just going to go for the High Jump Kick as this comes out. It's not Rocky Helmet, obviously, it's presumably a Violite. We go for the Fake Out turn 1 because I might as well get the extra chip, and then I go for the High Jump Kick because I figured that if he wanted to go into anything on a Zen Headbutt, he's got to go into T-Tar, and I wanted to scout if he's a counter set, and High Jump Kick only does 35%, so I will take a counter, not especially well, but I'll take it. I can scout if he's a counter set. He actually goes to the rocks. I'm like, okay, I don't think he's counter because otherwise 2 Zen Headbutts would have just KO'd him and he would have lost his Medi check. So here I feel safe just going for the Zen Headbutt, and he actually is counter. So, man, I don't know. If I just Zen Headbutted twice there, then Medi would have had a field day, I guess, against this team. But I got the place wrong, and fair play to him, he got them right. So I'm just going to bring out Slowbro now because I'm in a really bad spot, and I'm like, I'm just going to go for my Belly Drum Trick Room. Like, I don't know what he has on this that can beat me down, but he has Pain Split, and I'm like, oh, that sucks because now I'm so low already. I didn't think this thing would be able to touch me really looking at it. I thought it might just Toxic or something, but I might be able to get like 3 Mons off him but by the time the Toxic had really chipped me down. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. So here I'm just going to go for the Ice Punch. Hope that I can KO him, and I can't. As he actually does make the good play and goes for the counter on my Belly Drum Slowbro. So Belly Drum Slowbro goes down, and I'm getting 1v1 by a Pineco at the minute. This thing's going to 6-0 me. This mod alone is just going to sweep me. So I go into Skyward. He can't Pain Split too much off me, and I can Hurricane him, and I know that he can't really hit me. So it's my best play here. I've got 1 turn of Trick Room left, so he can still just bring in something to underspeed me, but goes into Scolipede here, and I'm just going to go straight out into Excadrill. I figure he's going to Protect so that he can then outspeed me after Trick Room ends. He may as well get his speed boost up. And that's exactly what he does do. He doesn't know my Taunt speed investment, so I think that was just his best play. And he goes for the Superpower and Drill, and I'm like, because I was thinking, the reason I went hard Excadrill is I was thinking if he doesn't have Superpower, if he has like Earthquake, for example, as his final coverage move, I don't know why he would have that, but if he has that instead of Superpower, then I might be able to take one and then kill him. Otherwise, this thing just pretty much sweeps me. So he does have the Superpower. Like I say, I'm just playing off him having a weird set at this point because that's all I've got to play off, really. And now I'm going to go out into Taunt. I'm going to try and defog because my last play is to dodge some Rock Slides with Volcarona and just Quiver Dance the hell up against him. But he actually goes for the Protect. Which is perfectly reasonable. Make me take extra Toxic Chip, I guess. And then, you know, try and knock me out after. It doesn't really matter too much. Gets an extra speed boost, I suppose. But he does just knock me out with the Rock Slide. I don't get to defog. So now Volcarona is coming in. If I can just, like, dodge, like, 2 Rock Slides and him have, like, no priority, there's a chance. Like, if I really hacks him out. But he lands the first Rock Slide, and he flinches me. So it's just not going to happen. I obviously click Quiver Dance there, and I click Quiver Dance again here, because it's my only hope. My only hope is I can get to +2 everything and just, like, keep dodging and then get one with the Charty Berry and sweep his team if he's got no priority or something. I've got to basically get to faster than Stoutland in Sand to have a chance, but it didn't happen. We get 5-0'd. GG to my man Andrew. I definitely didn't take this game as seriously as I have done in the past weeks, but that doesn't discredit his win, right? He still played really, really well. He still played to all his outs, and you can only beat the opponent put in front of you, and this week he had an idiot put in front of him, and he beat him down, so fair play to him. I still really enjoyed this game. I thought Trick Room Slowbro was fun, but what I thought was even more fun was the fact that his Pineco just went in. His Pineco just destroyed me, which I did not see coming. I guess I over-predicted with my Medi trying to scout for the counter set. I don't know. I kind of feel like I made the right plays early game, and then once I lost my Tyranitar and my Medi, I just kind of thought, fuck it, let's just go for it. And yeah, kind of didn't play that well after that. But that's the way Mons goes sometimes. When you're bringing memes, you kind of need a little bit of luck to go your way. And between like the crits, the flinches and stuff, like I didn't get any RNG in my favor. But when your win con is haxing out your opponent, you know you're not playing particularly well. So that happens. Next week I'll be back with a serious team that will have been built properly. I don't know if it will have been tested properly, but it will have been built properly at the very least. Because we are going up against my man Ultra Player, and I want to give him a good game. He was the first opponent we had in the NPL tryout tournament. and he's a really, really nice guy, become a friend, and yeah, I want to give him a good game because he slapped me around in the tryout tournament, so I want to prove a point a little bit and at least give him a better game this time. So regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this more casual video. I can't talk today. Thank you so much for loafing around with me, and I'll catch you again next time.